Hello and welcome to our first DSA podcast, or I should say test podcast, with your hosts, me, Niaz, or Niaz. And of course, we've got our other host, Deathwish. Say hello.
How you doing?
So you can check him out on his channel, Deathwish Gaming. And of course, we've got No Face. And coincidentally, his channel is also called No Face. Their links will be in the description below. So, hey guys, how you doing?
You honestly
Nervous?
want it? I feel like shit right now.
Right, we're a little nervous.
I'm
It'll be
fantastic!
okay. Yeah. So let's talk
Cut
about
that
why
out.
we wanted to make this. Let's talk about why we wanted to make this podcast. So, initially, we do often talk about like random topics, that do come up, or kind of are, in the media at the moment and whatnot. And we felt like we kind of had our own opinions and we wanted to voice them. And what better way could we do that, in a podcast, I should say. So, that's why we've began this. So, yeah, let's talk a bit about ourselves, I think. So, Deathwish, tell us a bit about yourself.
Mm.
I don't know. What do you post on your
Uh,
channel, I guess? What games do you play?
I basically play any type of game I can get my hands on, honestly. I enjoy all types. I'm not just a person who sits idle on one game. I
What's
just jump from one to the next.
what's your at the moment game? So the game you play the most at the moment.
At the moment, Battlefield, just any type on there. I'm starting to get into Red Dead Redemption 2. I play a lot of
Ah, yeah.
Payday 2
We'll,
also.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Red Dead later on. What about you, No Face? What's your kind of go-to game at the moment?
If you're talking about like online or offline.
Anything. Like, as soon as you go on PlayStation, your first game that comes to mind for that you want to play, what is that?
Um, Probably between a Battlefield or pretty much like Deathwish, just Battlefield, Payday.
Right, right,
If it's
okay.
just me, I'll probably just chill and play God of War.
Right, okay. Um, for me personally, I think as a lot of you guys can say as well, I think I've been a bit too addicted to Overwatch recently. Um, Probably a bit too much. I guess I just kind of like it just because of the atmosphere. Coming from like Rainbow Six Siege or I guess other competitive games. I feel like the Overwatch atmosphere with the grouping up things and meeting the other people that want to also get a higher rank and whatnot. Um, in quite a nice atmosphere. I think I like that atmosphere. So yeah, I don't know. I think Overwatch at the moment is something that I'm quite into. So let's talk more about Red Dead Redemption. Two, I should say. Deathwish, you mentioned it earlier, so talk to us a bit about the game and how is it different to Red Dead 1?
Um, well, I don't really want to give them any spoilers about it,
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
want to keep like most of the gameplay and the whole storyline to it, just
Sure, yeah,
away
yeah, of
from it.
course.
But I will tell you, you will enjoy it the first time you put your hands on it. It is that good. I guarantee it. The storyline to it is amazing. You can get into it. It's is everything about it so far, and there's more I'm still uncovering on it playing it. I've been playing for like 3 weeks
Yeah,
straight now, and I love it. I love every single bit of it. Is everything, every story mission, just every hint of gameplay, even the little secrets they put in there. I just love it so much, honestly. It's
yeah.
way better than the first one.
How do you think Red Dead Redemption Online is gonna work?
Um, Playing the first one online, I can kind of get a hint of what they're going to add into it, but as far as we can tell, it's honestly just, it's completely, we don't know what they're going to add into it until the
Yeah,
beta comes out. We'll know for sure, but until then,
isn't that like
I can't really tell
November 30th, wasn't it?
Yeah, November the 30th, I think, is when they announced
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I heard a bit of certain rumors about, like, for example, property, very similar to GTA Online, which I like. I like that there's a comparison. Like, there is
Oh yeah.
a relationship there. Like that you can get properties, you can get some horses from, or apparently you can get some horses from like the roads and whatnot, or whatever you guys call it in Red Dead Redemption. I haven't actually got the game, but I really do want to get it. So that is one of my plans to get it soon. Um. But yeah, I don't know. I just really, I watching gameplay and whatnot. I really did like the Easter eggs between from it comparing itself to GTA Online. Like there was one Easter egg which I don't want to spoil too much. But I've been told about it and I've watched some videos about it. But it's the spoiler of the Epsilon program and how um
Yeah.
time there's like
Ah,
a time travel
yeah.
Easter egg. Yeah, I've heard and watched about it. I don't want to spoil too much, but that is an amazing Easter egg. I genuinely do recommend people, if you have the game or don't have the game or want to get it or something, just make sure you do that because it's definitely something I'm going to do. Even though I know about it, I really do want to because I don't know, it's just so interesting. Being a player coming from GTA Online and playing GTA 5, I feel like just those small Easter eggs literally make the game whole. Um, but
I'd
yeah.
say my Yeah, I'd say my favorite thing about it though is they have the first map or the map from the first game remade into this one, but just kind of like years before because it's like 12 years apart or something like that.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, it's the exact or not the exact same map. Since it is in the past, some things aren't there yet, but
Right.
it is
Okay.
close to it. So it's like imagine you playing GTA 5 and they have an update for Liberty City and it's exactly how it is. It's
Right.
kind of like that, more or less, an experience on playing it. It
Okay.
brings back so much nostalgia.
Right. So, what about you, No Face? What are your thoughts on Red Dead at the moment? So, have you played it, or are you going to get it?
Mm, I'm kind of waiting to see how the online goes. Because if the
Right.
online's a success, I might get it.
I think
Because I'm not.
personally, from hearing from the rumors, I do think online's going to be quite good. But again, I agree with you. You know, you want to kind of see how it goes, how what popularity it brings in and whatnot. I do agree with you.
Yeah, I
Um,
just want to sit back and feel it out before I go and,
yeah.
ooh, here's my
Okay.
money, and then hate the
Right.
game right
Okay.
after it.
All right. That makes sense. Um, right. So. Something else that happened in the news, unfortunately, which is really sad. Our world had a very tragic loss. We lost the great Stan Lee. Of course, I'm sure many people know he's the co-creator of Marvel. Um, and he's just all around an awesome guy. He's done so many cameos in Marvel movies, and he's been like on shows like The Simpsons, whatnot. He's just an all-around funny, awesome guy, and genuinely, I'm genuinely gonna miss him. Like I really didn't get a chance to meet him.
Oh yeah.
I really did want to, yeah. I feel like he's like a granddad to everyone, like everyone's granddad.
Oh yeah.
Everyone knew. Like maybe some people didn't know his name, but everyone somehow knew who Stan Lee was.
You could
Like,
see his face and
yeah,
automatically know who it is.
yeah, he just had
Yeah,
such a unique figure. He's just
Voice.
his voice and everything is just amazing. Like he's such a good storyteller by all means, you know, in movies, in the comics, as a writer, everything. He was just perfect. And it's unfortunate that a lot of the future generations will never get to see him, but I feel like he's left such
Yeah.
a huge legacy that will just all in all inspire so many people. But yeah, yeah, I'm really gonna miss him. But talking about Stanley, I feel like with the loss of him, we should talk about how Stanley, in terms of Marvel, how that has affected us in our lives. So, where did all of our kind of Marvel journeys begin with? I could start with mine actually. Mine began with well, I'm sure all of us knew like who Iron Man was, who Captain America was, and
Oh yeah.
whatnot. Um,
oh
my kind of journey began with the Avengers. So I already knew about them vaguely. I just didn't watch many of the movies. Or I watched it now and then, but I didn't know much about them. But when I my neighbor, when he was going to go with his family to watch Avengers, before they left, they invited me to go. It was awesome. We went to go watch it. It was just amazing, going to watch it in a cinema, 3D and whatnot. Um, and then going to eat out after to just talk about it and stuff. It was just all in all amazing. We got a chance to just have a bond with all the heroes, really. Um, but yeah, what about you, Deathwish? Where did your kind of journey begin with?
My journey through the whole Marvel series actually began with the very first Spider-Man movie they made with Tobey.
Oh, right,
Um,
okay.
yeah, and I know like a lot of people don't really like the movie because it doesn't live up to how the Amazing Spider-Man movie is.
Yeah,
It's just since it was more or less, like my childhood movie, like yours, it's just the one I remember and the one I love the most.
yeah, yeah, I agree. Like, although the Tom Holland will always be my Spider-Man, I believe, um, because I think he is Spider-Man. Like how RDJ is Tony Stark and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I think the movies or games, whatever context you're talking about, whatever starts you off, you will never forget it. Because it's what it's what started your journey, it's what brought you in it. So I completely do agree with you. What about you, No Face? What did start you off in your Marvel journey?
Uh, well, it started out with the Incredible Hulk movies.
Oh, right, okay.
I think I was about like yeah, I think I was about like
So
6 or something like that when it came out.
the guy before Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
awesome.
I just yeah, because I can remember like everyone in my family is just big Marvel fans. My dad was, and we all just as soon as the movie came out, first day, went and got our tickets and sat and watched it, and it's
It was like a day you can
just
never forget.
I don't know, it was so amazing because that was like actually my first time going to a theater was to watch The Incredible
Oh,
Hulk.
really? Oh, so that you will never
Yeah.
forget that day then. Like it's
Oh no.
just something you'd remember. That's awesome. What I'd like to do is whenever I go watch the Marvel film, I just like to keep the tickets. I don't know why. I just do. It's probably weird. It's
I've
probably
actually
just
got the Thor Ragnarok hanging up in my room.
same. I do as well. I don't know why. I find that really creepy that I have, but I just do. Like I have the Black Panther, the Spider-Man: Homecoming, and Thor: Ragnarok, which all are great movies. I think all Marvel movies, I don't have to say it's already just amazing, all of them, because I feel like not only are they just epic, but they're relatable at times. They're funny. It's just perfect. Um, but yeah, um, right. So with kind of Marvel out the way, and I'm pretty sure where Marvel's always going to come up in a lot of our podcasts, just because we're so into it. I'm actually, what are the upcoming Marvel releases you're quite looking forward to? Um,
Uh,
I know
mm,
the one I'm looking
Yeah,
forward for is Captain Marvel. And I know a lot
yeah,
of people are a bit like, I don't know if I'm looking forward for that. But the reason why I'm looking forward for it is because I want to know where she came from and where has she been. Like, why wasn't she here when the click was happening? Like, why didn't anyone invite her? Or why didn't she just realize something? Because Thanos was, everywhere. It seemed like everyone knew who Thanos was. He had all the Infinity Stones. I'm pretty sure the click of his fingers was quite big. So I don't know where she was. What was she doing? Was she, I don't know, sleeping or something? What was she doing? But yeah,
I think she was
I just
working
want to
for
know.
Shield during the entire ordeal.
Well, the Captain Marvel movie is going to be based before the click or something. I think it's like 20 years before or something, probably even longer. Um, and it's going to be where she kind of, I think when she came to Earth or returned to Earth or something. I'm not very sure, but I just want to know more about her. You know, I heard about Captain Marvel, and I'm like, okay, this movie has to tell me what's going on. Um,
Yeah.
and the movie I'm not looking forward for is the next Avengers movie, just because I have a strong feeling that Iron Man and Captain America, something's not going to happen. That's good for us. You know, they might die. I can't. I don't want that to happen. I just don't want that to happen.
I I feel like the snap was. I feel like everyone's gonna come back because like in
Yeah, I
Ant-Man
know.
they have a the ending
Yeah,
scene
yeah. Did you
where
see
he's
that
going.
when
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
he
in
was
the
in like
Soul
the
Stone.
yeah, he was like, wasn't it like what was it, the quantum realm or something? I don't know, but
Yeah,
um,
it
and there
was.
was like
Yeah,
orange things that were kind of glowing and more glowing. I was just thinking
yeah.
to myself, what, where is he? And then when I got home, I was reading like all these tweets and whatnot, and everyone was saying, oh, they could be souls and whatnot. I was just thinking, whoa, you can save people like from there just like that. And it made me think, like, is he grabbing souls in his sort of like whatever he was sucking things up with? You know, with the kind of bottle he was using to kind of suck up the orange things. Was he like sucking up the souls or something? I don't know. But I guess yeah, you could say he was in the soul stone. But how is he gonna get out, Ant-Man? Because the portal closed
Yeah,
behind him,
the
didn't it?
gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got broke actually.
And not even in Infinity War, when everyone started disappearing, Rocket and Tony Stark are still in some random planet in another galaxy. How
Yeah.
are they gonna get back? Like,
Oh my God.
um, or was it Rocket? I'm not sure, but I know no, Rocket came with Thor. Never
No,
mind.
Rocket's on Earth.
Yeah, Rocket's on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony Stark. Never mind. He is all the way up there, like in wherever the heck in planet, whatever. Like, how the
Is
hell
he
is
by
he?
himself up there?
I'm not sure. Doctor Strange left. Drax left. Um, crazy antenna woman left as well.
Mantis.
Star-Lord, yeah, Mantis. So she's just so funny. I don't know if you remember the part in the
I
movie when
know.
she was trying to like touch Spider-Man, and Spider-Man was like, "Don't touch me with your eggs or something, or don't lay eggs on me," or whatever it was. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was fucking hilarious. But yeah,
Tom is such a good Spider-Man.
yeah, he's definitely Spider-Man because he's he's genuinely like I mean, I know he's like 22 in real life and stuff, but he just acts in the movie like a perfect 15-year-old child or boy. You know, he's you know still freaks out about his crush, still worries about you know his crush's like dad and whatnot. Still has like genuine school problems and stuff. Like it's just he is relatable. He really is, and I think that's why a lot of people did like him, or do like him, I should say. But yeah. Um, but something that is also kind of came into my attention was could there be another GTA? So you know how there's GTA 5 um and people are saying oh they could you know when are they going to release GTA 6? Well, could there first of all be another GTA like a GTA 6? And second of all, what the hell is going to go on with online? Like what's going to happen with GTA Online? What are they going to do with that?
Yeah, because so many people have sunk so many dollars and time into it
Yeah,
just for
definitely.
them to make a new one.
Yeah, I've kind of wondered that actually. Are they gonna have like a conversion system if there's a GTA 6? Like you can
I
Yeah.
cross-link
hope.
your account?
Oh, yeah, are people allowed to have their everything passed over? And by everything I mean their money, their character, their skill, their weapons, their cars, their businesses, their everything that people worked definitely hard for, put so many hours for. Can they move that over, first of all? And second of all, is GTA Online gonna be a map expansion? Or is GTA on or the second GTA Online, if there is going to be a second GTA Online, is it just going to be something new? Because I'm pretty sure no one wants to start new again. Like I'm pretty
Oh
sure
yeah.
no one wants to. Um, Definitely not me. Like although yeah, I'm probably am going to get the game. I really am not going to like starting new again. So I think Rockstar is at a tough position right now. Um, Personally, I do think. Well, couple ideas came into mind for me. I thought for the new GTA Online, they should, as I mentioned earlier, a map expansion where if it's going to be Liberty City, because I'm pretty sure Deathwish you mentioned earlier a couple of days ago, we were talking privately, we said it
Yeah.
more likely will be Liberty City. So if it is going to be Liberty City, and if it is going to be based on the real time, because it wouldn't make sense if Liberty City was going to be even more in the future, because we already got flying cars and flying compressors. Like I don't know how further on in the future you can get, but um,
Yeah.
we've already got all these things. I believe a map expansion would be good, where in the actual airports we can actually use planes to kind of teleport to the different places. So, let's say you can be in Los Santos and you can take a plane to go to another place, and that could be like a place where you start new-ish, if you know what I mean. So you can still have your cars, or some cars, I guess, or you can still have um some of your money or weapons, but you start in this new terrain where you still are able to go to Los Santos, but you start in like Liberty City, and you do your missions there. You can buy apartments and stuff there, so it still is the same map, but you can just transfer to another map using real planes in the airport. And the way you do that is if you like go to the airport, go into the actual airport, get a ticket, and then go to like North Yankton or Liberty City. I think that would be a good expansion. I genuinely do think so. Um,
Yeah.
it's probably going to be very laggy just because 30 people with possibly three different maps will be very laggy, I believe. But it is doable.
Yeah.
And I think that will be the best way forward. Um, but I also think something that Rockstar needs to do is limit the use of like oppressors or something, because oppressors I feel are so dominating in a game.
I know. You can't
Like
even step out your house.
no, you can't. And like I feel like you have to have an oppressor. And I own an oppressor, yeah. I own a Deluxo, yes. I own something that can activate an orbital cannon, yes. But I don't want to use that. I have other cars that I want to drive around, and I don't want to go in passive mode because why would I want to? Like I
You
want to
can't do
do my
anything.
jobs. Yeah, I want to do my jobs and everything. I want to casually just go and get a haircut if I want to, or do something else. Use my cars that I bought, that I modified, but you can't do much without um an idiot just having an oppressor and just spawn killing you or something.
I know.
Um, and I feel like that it's so OP. It's stupidly OP. An oppressor is. I find it bizarre why it is so OP. And not even Deluxos. Like their homing launchers are like impossible to counter. I don't see why vehicles that are so small that should have such power, if you know what I mean. Um, but yeah. Um, let's talk about now something else that came into mind was now this is, I think, could be like a debate because I've seen separate kind of sides in this. And it's about the potential fall of Fortnite. Now, I don't know what your kind of opinions are on this, but do we think Fortnite is falling? And what do we think?
Ah, I mean, in my opinion, I don't see it falling anytime soon.
I mean, personally, I think there is some sort
I
of
do too.
drop. Yeah, I think there is some sort of drop. Just because,
Ever since,
yeah,
Mhm.
Well,
I feel like ever since Black Ops 4, I mean, even before that, it's been dropping.
yeah, because let's compare it to um the stats from like a year ago. Um, that was like everyone was playing it. Um,
yeah.
but
Well, I mean,
yeah,
no, it's not. I mean, like, you got to kind of think about it. They do update it regularly, and just recently, actually, they teamed up with NFL for the whole Super Bowl, or not Super
yeah,
Bowl, Pro
well,
Bowl.
yeah, yeah. I saw that as well, and I do think Fortnite is still making money, is still getting ratings and whatnot. It's still getting their players, regular players as well. But I feel
but it's
like
just not as much.
yeah, it's not as much simply because well, in my perspective, what happened to me is I don't play it often anymore. I didn't bother buying this season pass just because I don't know if you remember the season with the Omega when the Omega was released. Um,
Yeah,
but to get like the Omega lights, a lot of people didn't get it because the only way you could get it is if you reached a certain level. Was it level 80? Um, and to kind of get the full upgrades for Omega. And a lot of people
yeah,
haven't got it because they although they did all the challenges and everything, they just couldn't get to level 80. I got it eventually, but a lot of people haven't. And I don't and after I grinded all the way to level 80, it was only a couple of days before the next season came, and
yeah.
I just couldn't be
And it
asked
just
to play
made
the
it
next.
obsolete.
Yeah, and as soon as I got it, I was just like, I can't be asked to play the next season. Um,
Yeah.
and I only
I
played the
feel like
next
that was
season
the
for a
season
bit.
that started to fall.
Yeah, I think that they made a very, very crucial move there. And it did make a lot of issues there because a lot of people were like, hang on,
Yeah.
why should we do this? Why should we go all the way up here? A lot of people have got there, like a lot of people are already like level 100 or something, but for me and people I've spoken to, we were just like, why level 80? Why are you punishing us? Like, I want to play the game to have fun, to reach first place, not to focus on this as well as challenges. Like, I did all my challenges, I did all this. I don't want to focus on getting level 80 because it was stupid. And I
Yeah.
know a lot of people, and I saw myself, a lot of people just leave their PlayStation on and stuff, and just do it over kind of watching a YouTube video and like press play and let them AFK die just so they can get XP. That is not enjoying the game. That is just forcefully making yourself want to get level 80. Um, and I don't think the game should have done that. I really don't think the game should have done that. And hence why I believe it led to their fall, really. But I do agree with you as well, Deathwish. I think there is still some popularity in it. Um, the streamers I think are holding their kind of their their game up quite high, but other than that, I don't think it's as good as it used to be. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
but yeah,
definitely taken its blows.
yeah. And the final topic that I also saw as well that I think we should kind of use this topic to end our video as well, is the current state and the situation on YouTube. I've seen plenty of people talk about this, and although we're not the veterans of YouTube, we haven't been on YouTube for a very long time, um, and we haven't actually, voiced our opinion. I think coming onto YouTube, and being quite the newer people on it, I think we still have a chance to kind of see and kind of put our point across. And that's what I mean, or what I'm talking about is how YouTube is censoring a lot of things, um, as well as causing obviously the adpocalypse. I think the that's still going on at the moment. Um, and yeah, what do you guys think about that? Um, about the YouTube?
I honestly, the whole thing with YouTube and the whole adpocalypse, there's really no one to blame for it because it's just the fact that most ad companies just don't want people cursing in their videos, and I can understand that, you know.
Yeah,
It's
but
like
do
if
you
you're
think?
advertising, yeah, you're advertising like a company for kids, and
Yeah,
you see, you're like someone with Logan Paul or something like that has it on their video, and then they show like the
Yeah.
suicidal forest dead
Well,
body on it, and then it pops up like
yeah.
my
I
ad. This is
I
sponsored
must
by.
say that was very stupid. Like
it
I
was.
think any sane or normal person, I'm not calling Logan Paul insane or anything, but I'm just thinking to myself, why would you want to film a dead body? Which is not a prop, like it's not a movie, and a lot of people like let him off
This is an
just
actual
because,
human being.
yeah, this was an
Yeah.
actual human being who was struggling with life. God knows what actually was going on, what the background was like. But all I know is, it was a suicide, and Logan Paul should have been aware before even entering that he was entering a suicide forest. he should have already been expecting something. Like it's in the name,
Yeah,
Suicide
Yeah.
it
Forest.
was the video was planned.
Like
There's no way you can just go into that forest and not
like
go, oh my God.
clearly him and his team, before going into these different places, they clearly mapped out, oh, we should go to this restaurant, we should go to this town, and then we should go to the Suicide Forest. Like clearly this was a planned thing because they had camera crews, assistants, and whatnot. Clearly there should have been people, and I'm still surprised to this point how no one a part of his team, flagged it up. No one was like,
Yeah.
guys, we're filming a dead body. Guys, we're going into a
Yeah.
forest, a suicide forest. No one did that. And it's stupid how not only did they zoom into the person, not only did they approach the person or whatnot, they were laughing about it eventually. And fair enough, I could say, yeah, like a lot of people would say, it's reaction, like maybe he's kind of freaked out, so he laughed it off. Like that's fair enough, I guess. Well, not really fair enough, but that I guess that is a reaction, but still,
Yeah.
it's
It's still not the
it's a
right one.
body. Yeah, it's a body. There's
Yeah.
no need to film it because someone went there, someone planned to go there, they filmed it, then someone edited it, and then someone posted it. Like they did all that, and he has a team. But yeah, but I think YouTube's kind of standpoint is not right because something I've seen recently on YouTube is a lot of companies coming onto YouTube, like a lot of talk shows kind of bombarding the subscription box, the trending page and whatnot. Like let's say T-Series. I don't know if you heard about that. How they're getting the kind of the top subscribers soon and whatnot. And
Oh
all
yeah,
these
that's
these
the
companies, these
feud
companies
between
are
the
all
Tim
coming
and
over.
guy.
Do we? And the reason why I'm kind of concerned about that, like I don't mind if companies come over. Like I don't mind, if companies come over because it clearly shows that YouTube is a growing platform. It clearly shows how the mainstream is kind of trying to reach out on YouTube. And it kind of brings YouTube's name a bit higher just for creators and whatnot. But I don't like how the treatment that YouTube gives to creators, like single-bodied creators and actual companies are different. I don't agree with that whatsoever. Because I remember where Philip DeFranco did a video telling everyone there's been a school shooting, okay? Um, and literally seconds after or minutes after that's been uploaded, it's been demonetized straight away. Fair enough, that's YouTube's new terms of services, I get it, that's fine. But why is it Jimmy Kimmel's kind of YouTube video came out when he was doing a school shooting video about it? No, he wasn't doing. What am I saying? He was doing a video about school shooting, I should say. And then his video was advertised. I
His
don't get
video
that.
gets put on like featured
Are you talking
Yeah.
page.
about This
Yeah.
Is America?
No, no, no. Jimmy Kimmel
No,
did
no, like the actual
a
school
Oh, I
video.
thought
shootings.
you said.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
he was doing a video
Okay.
about school shooting. Sorry, my mind zoned out for a second. I accidentally said he was doing it. I meant to say he was making a video about it. But either way, he was doing a video about it, just like Philip DeFranco did. But his got advertised, whereas Philip DeFranco's didn't. His got demonetized. So I don't get why YouTube is prioritizing companies over single creators, like people who, work harder. Because companies have teams. They can post like 10 videos a day or something. People like Philip Franco and stuff, some of them might have teams or whatnot, but they're nothing compared to the big companies. They're quite
Yeah.
small. Um, but yeah, I don't get why YouTube has this favoritism going on. I really don't get it. I see it so often, like when let's say I don't know if you guys heard, but Logan Paul's movie's coming out.
There's a
After all,
movie?
yeah, after all the controversy and everything, his YouTube original is coming out. It's being released. It was put on hold, and now it's being released after the whole thing died down. Okay? Now, PewDiePie's isn't. And fair enough, his movie's coming out. I don't mind it coming out. just because um there were plenty more actors, there were plenty more, teams of makeup designers and whatnot, and directors and stuff like that worked really hard for the movie, because movies are hard to work for, and
Yeah.
hard to develop. So fair enough, that's coming out, fine. You worked, other people worked hard on it. Yeah, Logan Paul screwed up. Other people worked hard on it. Yeah, okay, fine, that's coming out. Why isn't PewDiePie's is it show or movie or whatever? Why isn't that coming out? I don't get it.
You talking about his Scare PewDiePie?
Yeah,
The
Scare
show?
Beauty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Why isn't that coming out?
I have no idea.
I
Like
literally don't know why. Even
yeah,
being
he
a fan
was
of it too, like I've watched the first
Yeah.
season. Didn't mean to interrupt, but I've watched the first season and I actually enjoyed it. You could tell some of it was simply made, but I still enjoyed it, you know.
yeah, I don't get
So
it.
to this, I don't know.
I find it bizarre. I really do find it bizarre. Um, but yeah. Um, Hopefully YouTube does kind of become more equal, if you know what I mean. Because I know, yes, PewDiePie did screw up. He did do a race. He did have like a racist scandal and whatnot. But so did Logan Paul. He posted a video of a dead body. I
His very offensive in Italy as well too.
Yeah, actually, yeah, and even in Japan as well. Like how in Italy he
Yeah.
jumped into the canals, I believe it was, or the was it the canals? Yeah,
I think
with
so.
with Jake Paul, and then in Japan when he was just making a mockery of it, and then even was it something in Japan tweeted out um Logan Paul get out or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it's like a Tokyo Twitter kind of thing. I'm not sure exactly. But I heard that's one of the kind of Japanese official Twitter accounts. They kind of did tweet something similar to that, and it just makes me think like, why does PewDiePie get treated one way, and then the so-called golden boy Logan Paul get treated a different way? It's
Yeah.
unfair and it's stupid. It really is. Like you, yes, there were scandals again, as I mentioned, but the level of kind of treatments that one person gets over another is stupid. Um, but yeah, but also before we end, I wanted to mention something as well, um, about how T series is actually getting and is gonna surpass PewDiePie. A lot of people saying that it's they're kind of hacking their people. I've seen some videos
They've
prove that they're
actually
yeah, I've seen some videos that prove that they're not hacking, and not botting their subscribers. I'm not saying they are or not. I'm just saying I've seen some videos prove it, that they're not. But they could have done it before. I don't know. But as from the top of my or from what I want to say is although they seem to be that they're going to surpass PewDiePie very soon. I want people to know that the difference between T Series and PewDiePie is that PewDiePie is a single creator. He posts his videos, he edits them himself, he records them himself
Wait,
and everything.
I thought he had somebody that edits for him.
I mean, he might do, but
Yeah.
the difference between him and a company is that a company, um, they can post up to 10 videos a day, whereas PewDiePie can barely
Yeah.
do one a day. And I'm not saying he should, because people, he can't overwork himself, but it's stupid how people are saying, oh, PewDiePie is no longer going to be, the blah blah blah, he's falling or whatnot. He's not falling. This is a mainstream company we're talking about, which has a lot of musical artists and whatnot under it, comparing them to a single creator. Now, people need to realize that with all these companies coming into YouTube, they are going to take over a lot of our subscribers. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but they are going to take over a lot of the trending pages and whatnot. Um, and it's not surprising that they're going to be building their way all the way up there, because some of them are entertaining. Like I must say, like I do like watching Jimmy Fallon and whatnot and stuff like that. So and
Yeah.
Tonight Show and stuff. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but people need to just step back before they open their mouths, just step back and just realize that there's a huge difference. That YouTube was once a space for single creators to be themselves and to post whatever, but because YouTube has grown, it's no longer that space anymore. It's a much larger
No, it's
space.
companies.
Yeah, it's a much larger space where it's not only single creators, but it's companies as well. Um, so yeah,
And it's taking away from like people that want to be creative.
yeah,
It's taking that away from them to where they can't.
yeah. I mean, I must say, it is making it quite harder for um smaller creators, in fact, as well, to just start up their
Yeah.
channels and to engage with the audience. Because if a company's posting 10 videos a day, let's say, like 5 companies, each of them post 10 videos a day, that's 50 videos, right? All at once, and you're subscribed to all of them, right? How on earth are you going to see all the other channels if there's 50 on your phone? Like, you're not just gonna watch all those 50 and then be bothered to watch something else, are you? Let's say if all those
Yeah.
50 was entertaining. Um, but yeah. Um, but that's
Well, I mean,
all.
there's a
Yeah.
huh. Well, I was gonna say like the companies and stuff aren't all bad because like you can look at like all the original YouTubers that, like started out small, but they've made a company out of their channel.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I
I
do agree.
mean, there's a little bit of controversy on that argument, but I mean, I understand what you're saying. But I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, like, I know I've seen a lot of comments from, let's say, for the Franco's videos where people were saying, well, why not we make a separate channel? Like, you know how there's YouTube Music, why not make a separate thing for YouTube Business and put all the businesses there? Well, what I say with that is that's a bit bizarre because no one's gonna actually click that. Like, I know other people
Yeah.
have mentioned that as well. And I kind of want to chime in and agree with them on that as well. Like, no one's gonna click that. I know I'm not. Definitely
No,
I'm not. Like, if I hardly click on YouTube Music. Um,
no, I never.
why am I gonna click on YouTube Business? But yeah, let's end it here. Thank you so much to the probably one viewer that made it to the end of this. Um, but I think I kind of had fun, I think, talking about what's going on out there. We haven't actually set an actual schedule on how often we're going to make these podcasts, but
Yeah.
I think so far we did all right. Not too bad. But yeah, I'm sure we all had great fun, and till next time, that's from the DSA podcast. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Meh.
The most monotone bye. Bye.
Bye. Go. Why are you still here?
Okay.
Leave already.